Okay, welcome back everybody. Happy New Year. I got COVID, so that's why I haven't been showing too much stuff or doing too much stuff. That said, feeling a bit better, and so I did manage to take on a few more locos. So these guys I had for sale. These are my GP38-2 NS pair that I had for sale, and nobody was interested. They didn't have decoders, and they were just basic, so they were straight from the factory. So I'm going to go whole hog on these things. I'm doing lock sound decoders, decoder buddy, scale sound system speakers, and full lighting package. So these guys, full lighting package means ditch lights front and rear. So I've got them on the front and rear of this guy, and I've actually run out. I made 6. So those are custom done. They got 0402s inside them. They're nice and bright. This one doesn't have the rear, so this is how it looks from the factory. I had to take off the MU stand. The prototype doesn't have one anyway, so that's cool. So I chopped that off. This guy here has front and rear. So those are the rear ditch lights. I'm trying to remember the name of the, I'm not sure they're Plano or what, but they're really cheap ditch lights, and they look amazing. I did have to put the front stand on, and I do put a little plate underneath to overhang them from the pilot. These are mostly overhang. It's just basically a sheet of steel that they do in real life, so it's really easy to mimic. So those are all drilled through. The wires come through the bottom, front and rear, and then they're going to have to go up through the chassis here. So the other one I'm doing is ground lights. So I've had to mill a divot in the chassis on both sides. So this is the front. There's the divot there. Very carefully divot or put that divot in without ruining anything else. When I do that, I tape up the whole thing so I don't get any. The tape seems to capture all the shavings and stuff, so it doesn't get into the drive. It's quite nice. Anyway, that's the divot. Had to do that because the cab is flush with the frame, and I don't want to get the LED caught. So the LED is going to go in the divot facing downward. Anyway, that's the. So basically, these are going to get isolated number boards. So Atlas does lit number boards, but they also light the headlight at the same time. So one bulb kills 2 number boards and the headlight all at the same time. So I take my razor saw and I slice this out. And once you do kind of a V thing, you can just wiggle this and snap it out. So the idea here is I paint the inside black so that this light bulb lights only the number boards, and this light bulb, which is another, I think this is an 0402 or 0603, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this one is independent now. So this will do the headlight, and this light bulb will do the 2 front number boards. So front and rear, you got to separate them into 4 pieces. That's the rear that's been separated, and that's the rear headlight there, been separated. Yeah, so I will wire the number boards up to the same function, and the front and rear obviously get FOR and F1, I guess it is. Yeah, so once you, just give you a tip here, once you get the LED fastened to the back of the plexi, I just put a dollop of crystal clear over that, and then I paint that silver, and then I paint that black, so there's no light bleed. And the silver reflects any kind of light that's bled, reflects it back in and out the tubes for the headlight. So everything gets painted black, or silver, then black. And of course, Atlas has these covers for the front anyway, so this goes up on the cab roof. I'm just painting the cab kind of like an institutional green. This guy I'm further along with. I started painting the panel and the driver as well. So these are the Atlas drivers. They come with those funny hats from the 1920s. I cut them off. I cut the hats off, and then this guy's he's got some dark skin and he's got some black hair, and then this guy's the crusty old white guy. He's got gray hair and white skin. Oh no, he's a bit tan too. Anyway, so these are my dudes. I'll put one in each. And okay, so that's the 2 GP38s. I've got a few more things added on to my other GP38. This is going to be GTW. I got some doors, so Atlas doesn't have the portal on this door on this model because this is a GP38. So I cut that door out. I'm going to have that door swinging. I did have to cut the fuel tank down just a wee bit. I probably took about 1.5 mil off that and then put a new cap on it. That's just to allow for the waste retention tank and everything else. There's no room otherwise. I'm starting to get so those are my little steel plates there that the ditch lights are going to mount to. Just a piece of my favorite sheet aluminum. Obviously plows are hard to come by with the handles on, so I just get some copper there and pinch the ends and make a handle, glue that on. So this guy has another dynamic brake coming in the mail. Dynamic brake hatch. Many thanks to a guy in Belleville, or Picton. I won't mention his name, but many thanks for him to help me out. These are the fuel tanks I got from TMR Distributing. This one actually was cut down probably about 5 or 6 mil according to prototype, so that's done. You may have seen the photo on my snow hatches. These still got to come off because I've got to paint everything and tape everything up because this guy's going CN zebra stripe. That's going to be fun. I've got the plow on there. So I'm just starting to collect all these pieces and get them all together so I can start on the paint. I did make some progress on my GP38-2W. This is a CN one. This is the beginnings of my wiring. I'm still waiting for my scale sound speaker. I've got to unbolt this guy and then resolder the wires on. So I'm not going to put the lid on just yet, but I made my life easier by color coding all of the attach points. So this should go relatively simple. I don't have to go anywhere near the motherboard anymore. This is the first time I've done this. And I think it's going to make my life a lot simpler. Just putting this cap on is going to be difficult because I'm not using a decoder buddy, obviously, for this one. I'm using the Scaletrains motherboard. So everything's got to fit together. More milling in there as well. This one I almost destroyed. Woo, almost, but it still works, so that's good. So that's my GP38-2W. And then I got a few more models that I'll just show you. I took a little break from doing locos and I weathered up a Scaletrains coil sheet, the 42 footers. These are beautiful. One thing I did have a problem with though is I don't know if you guys can give me a tip on this, but I can't fit this inside here with the lid down. It's too big. So I don't know if that's supposed to fit in there, but it doesn't with the stick. It did with the sticker off, but as soon as I put the sticker on, it wouldn't fit. Too tight. Maybe you guys have the same experience. I don't know. Other than that, I think it's heavy enough. I just use my reflective tape, and this is only airbrushed. I haven't done any oils or powders on this thing yet, but it's already starting to look the part. Anyway, there are a couple prototype photos for this guy, so maybe I'll put some graffiti on there. I'm not sure, but beautiful car. And then I got these basic ones as well in the same. I did a trade, but yeah, these are the Atlas Trainman short bulkhead flats. As you can see, absolutely no detail on what is there is pretty crap. So this is the original, and maybe I'll do a film on changing this one into what I've got now. So this one I've done all the end details on, and I've got its first coat of airbrushing and paint on. So the airbrushing went on first, obviously, and then I started following up with kind of like a panel line, the acrylic panel line, and then even oil panel line just to get those individual boards showing up and popping. I got my reflective tape on this guy too, and I've done the trucks as well, both ends. The wash is really nice for bringing out the details, even though there aren't that many, but it does a good job. And so this one had the different kind of air brake hose, so that's just a piece of 0.5 wire. I did add the grab irons and the walkway, and then I added the coupler cut bar. So those are all custom made parts. Obviously the coupler is KD158, so I didn't make those. But yeah, I made this is some 0.4 actually KNS steel wire. So that's the handle up there. And I managed to drill out all of the stake pockets. So that's different on the regular one. Those aren't drilled out. So just add a little bit more realism. So all in all, quite a bit of work on this guy, but it actually does look a lot better than the original. So that's what I've been working on. I hope to receive something from Scale Sounds. That's got a decoder, lots of decoder buddies, and lots of speakers. So I'll be able to at least close most of these things up and start on the paint. So that's my plan. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Happy New Year again, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for all the recent subscribers. I think I'm almost up to 700, which surprises me. But yeah, Christmas time, I guess, is kind of the busy time for our kind of videos. Very, very niche, but I guess we're off work and we're looking at model trains. Anyway, take care and have a good week.